Greetings, Church of the Redeemer. I hope and trust that you're well. As you can figure out from the background, I'm filming on site here at Wesley Memorial Church in High Point, where our synod and convocation for the Diocese of Christ Our Hope has been going on. It's been really great and encouraging time for us to gather as a whole diocese, and I'm so thankful for many from Church of the Redeemer who've made this synod possible. Last weekend was so special, All Saints Day and our All Souls service on Sunday night, but on Sunday morning we had 7 baptisms in our new baptismal font. Such a beautiful time, so encouraging to see the new life going on in the life of our church together. And then we had our All Saints service without baptisms at 11. And again, the Lord is just present when His people gather together and pray. As we get very close to the next season in the life of the church, the season that we call Advent, Adventus, from the word veni, Latin, which means coming. So if you remember the famous Caesar phrase, Veni, Vidi, Vici, I came, I saw, I conquered. That's where we get this word Advent. It's the first coming of Christ that we look backwards on, and also the second coming of Christ, ultimately, that He comes again to inaugurate and consummate His kingdom. So there's just a couple of changes going on at Church of the Redeemer in this season of Advent. And I wanted you to hear from Zach and Amelia about some of those things coming.
Hey everyone, coming to you today with some exciting announcements coming up for the season of Advent. Hard to believe Advent is just under a month away. And Advent, of course, if you're new to the church calendar, is that 4-week season leading up to Christmas. It's a season of penitence and of preparation as we prepare our hearts to come to Bethlehem and see what the Lord has done, seeing the Christ child in the manger. As part of our observation of a humble Advent here at Redeemer, you'll notice some changes in our Sunday morning services. Our liturgy will look a little different. Bishop Allen will talk about that more in a future video. But that will be different. But then in addition, this year we'll have a different service each of the 3 Wednesdays in Advent leading up to Christmas. So we want to tell you a little bit about those. The first one will be on December 3rd. It's the first Wednesday. 6:30 to 8 roughly is our time frame for these services. And it's going to be a service of sung evening prayer. It'll be a compilation of this really beautiful setting of evening prayer that was initially written for a Lutheran church setting. Going to be some of the songs and the psalmody from that service mixed with our service of evening prayer. So it'll be a really beautiful, sweet time of prayer before the Lord. And then after that service, we're going to have our annual carrot cake competition. So that'll be a lot of fun. We'll go out in the greenhouse and have some fellowship there. So we hope you will come to that service on the 3rd.
And then the next service will be on December 10th, and it'll be our Lessons and Carols service. We're really excited to move to having our Lessons and Carols service be before Christmas Eve. So typically in the past, we've had Lessons and Carols kind of as our Christmas Eve service order. But this year we want to kind of move that out to be its own distinct thing. So Lessons and Carols typically includes reading a lesson and then having some sort of musical or artistic response. So we'll have about 9 lessons with some songs after them, and just a really sweet, beautiful time to soak in the beauty of this story. It's kind of feels like a mini vigil in some ways, because we tell the story of God's people throughout time up to the coming of Jesus. So we look forward to seeing you then.
Yeah, and then on that, Christmas services, we'll just put that on your radar early. Christmas Eve, so the 24th, we have 3 services, noon, 5 p.m., and 10 p.m. And then Christmas morning is 1 service at 10 a.m. You'll get more information about those services in the coming weeks, but just want to put that on your radar. And then that 3rd and last Advent service on Wednesday, the 17th, is going to be our Blue Christmas service. You may have heard of this before. Sometimes it's called the Longest Night service, which is the 21st of December, where there's the least amount of daylight. I mean, this is a service that's really created with those who experience a lot of suffering and grief during the Christmas and holiday season in mind. We know that the culture and world around us wants to just kind of pummel us with, all the materialistic stuff and all the bells and lights, and it's just a lot of cheer. And for some of us, this is a really hard season. Maybe we've lost a loved one. Maybe it's hard to be with family. There's difficult family dynamics. Whatever the case might be, this Blue Christmas service will take a little bit more of a solemn, kind of somber tone to just create space for those who that is the case, but also to remind us all of the gift that we have in Jesus, that He is the man of sorrows, acquainted with our grief. He enters into that. That's part of what it means for Him to become flesh. And so we're looking forward to celebrating that service, that time together on the 17th.
We really hope that you come to these services and just know that behind all of this, the intention is to be with Jesus, to know Him, to see Him, to enjoy Him together as a family. So yeah, we're really excited. Feel free to ask us some questions, but hope you'll come on out to these.
Next, we have a surprise visitor this weekend. The Hocuts, Buddy and Sarah, will be back with us. As you may remember, the Hocuts first came to Church of the Redeemer as fellows, and then Buddy joined the staff of the diocese and served as a deacon. Buddy and Sarah moved back home, her home, New Hampshire area, to help with Great Bay Anglican Church, and that church is going so well. So can't wait to see the Hocuts. We have Umuganda Day coming up, and that is November 15th. It'll be a great day for us again to fellowship, to eat, and to work, and to pray together. November 15th, it starts at 7:45 and runs till about 1, so there's breakfast, there's lunch. You'll need to register online, and if you have any questions about Umuganda Day, you can email Eric Marone right here. I pray that you have a great weekend this weekend, early November, the beauty of the fall, the changing of the season, the literal changing of our clocks. May the Lord bless you, and we'll see you Sunday.